So in this tutorial today, we are going to connect your Lovable account to GitHub, and that will be the starting point for other LLMs and proper coding tools that you're interested in to work on that repository, as Lovable on a free account can give you only 5 credits. If you already have a subscription, you are able to use that specific subscription onto your repository. So with that, we go down to the bottom left corner on your your name here.
S.
No, this.
I
This is your
click on
profile. Yeah, click on that. Go to settings. And then you need to find Git at the build and deploy on the left side.
Huh?
Build and deploy Git.
This one?
Yes. And then click on GitHub. And then add connection. Add an account. And then make sure you're signed into GitHub. As you are already signed in on this browser, you'll have an authorized window, so just authorize it. And then GitHub should be installed. You can do all repos, sure, doesn't matter. It's just like GitHub small. Okay, so there's your account now. And you can go back to the project you were just working on. So go back. So let's click on, you see recents, my article lens. Yeah, that's your project. You can click on that as well.
There's a template here.
That's not it. Go back to your project, please. Okay, so this is what we were just working on the other day, right?
Yeah.
So I believe when you first connect this to Lovable, it's not onto your GitHub repo. Let's double check. So let's go to your GitHub tab onto your browser.
Yes.
Yes. And then click out. Just click on your Sarah Cloud. And notice that you only have one repository, right? And that's just your default repository.
Yeah.
And so we need Lovable to also create that repository. So go back to the Lovable tab. And then now tell Lovable, hey, I just connected to GitHub. Can you push this project onto a new repo, please? Push it to a new repo.
Is this?
Yeah. And then basically now Lovable is going to take what it has created and it's going to start to oh, yeah, you have to create a repo. Okay. So now actually go to if you don't see a repo you created from Lovable editor plus menu. So follow what it's doing.
What?
So go to the
Yes?
plus menu. It should be this one down here.
Oh.
GitHub.
Connect.
And there you go. Now it created a repository called Sarah Cloud Frame My Art -20. So go on to Sarah Cloud on the left side, like your GitHub tab. So now look at repositories. You probably have to refresh the page. There you go. So you see frame -my -art20. That's your new repository that Lovable's pushed onto now. So click on that repo. And now you see all the files that Lovable used to create your website. There's a README, there's like TOML, JSON. These are all like artifacts that Lovable created to host your website. And so if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the README, essentially a quick summary of what this project is about, who you are as a person, where is that website posted on, right? And to develop on this, you just need to clone it. So now you can choose whichever is your favorite coding tool. I think for this example, we have Cursor. So let's go and open your Cursor over here. No, this is your Cursor. Now drag this over there so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so now you want to go File on Cursor. Right, you want a open folder because we haven't created a folder yet for this. So this is your GitHub repo. So just create another folder and then call it, you know, your portfolio website or whatever you want. Select it, folder, good. And now this has nothing in there, so you want to clone the repo onto this, right? So you can tell Cursor to do it. So scroll up to the, actually sorry, scroll back down. So you can do, these are URL. Okay, sorry, go back up one more time. So there should be a clone thing. Just copy your Sarah Cloud. Yeah, that's one. Copy it. Go back to Cursor. You can alt tab. All right. So yeah. So say, hey, clone this repo into this folder. Enter. Notice that I am just telling the agent to do all of this. You definitely can do this yourself by like just going to settings and stuff, but for the sake of, you know, yeah, let the approve it. Run. No, right here. Run.
This is auto.
Auto mode just lets it decides what model to use. Yeah, run it again. It's telling you. Yeah, you can all, like I said, you can do this like manually yourself, but for someone who is wanting to be agent first and, you know, don't want to deal with all the manual hassle, and since, you know, if you are, anyways, what third thing I was trying to say is that you could do this yourself manually, but by having an agent do it, you basically eliminate all the, you know, issues you might run into for cloning a repo and all that. But for someone like, you know, who knows how to clone a repo, you guys can definitely just use git bash to do it. I'm coaching this from the sense of, you know, you don't have to use the command line. You can do it with just the agent. So now you can see that the repo cloning is done. It is in that folder, and you can double check, right? So you can open the folder itself that we have. So open the project folder. So yeah, go to where you saved it. I believe you saved it in here. GitHub repo. So you open up that, you can see in your portfolio, your Lovable files are there. So now you have a offline copy of your website. So in case, you know, someone decides to delete all your files on Lovable, God forbid, you have a backup of all your files. So one thing to note is that going back to your Cursor application. Yep, right there. It says, okay, everything is now cloned, right? It asks, do you want to install and run next? Yes, because it needs to install the npm, like the things that it requires the website to be built and ran. So say yes, and it's gonna do that. So notice that like Cursor is very safe in the sense it'll ask you for permissions to do something, right? And you have to approve it. Of course, like if you do trust it, there is a allow list later that would automatically like approve it for you on your behalf on these certain commands. But for your very first time, when you're trying to learn how to use cursor and all that, I would recommend this setting to be turned on so you know what it's trying to do. And so now watch as it, sets it up onto cursor.
What is for shell?
Shell is the terminal. And so what's really awesome that you'll get to see later is when you work with GitHub is a version control, meaning you make changes onto your cursor locally and you have to sync it into your GitHub. So like kind of think of it as saving it remotely, right? When you save this stuff remotely, Lovable automatically will synchronize with GitHub as well. So any changes you make immediately on cursor and you put it into GitHub will then be reflected onto Lovable as well. And that is very, and you don't need to have any sort of credits for that to happen. Okay, so now you see that the npm has now been installed and that you're also running the server. So now this website is run locally. So you can see if you want to maximize cursor really quick. So you see on the top there's localhost 8.8080. That's basically you're running this onto your local server. No one can see this website. And so anytime you want to make changes, let's say now here we had an issue where this button was not visible, right? The book a session. So now you want to tell the agent on cursor, right? And let's actually do the plan mode. So now notice that there is agent mode on the bottom left. Yep. So there's a plan, there's a debug, there's a multitask, right? So go on plan mode and say, hey, the book a session button. You don't have to say hey, you can just say the book a session button. Let's say some tokens here. The book a session button is not visible. Rather, just say parentheses. The text is not visible. It's close parentheses. Until you hover over it. I want you to change the color of the text so it is visible. Perhaps match the view portfolio text color as well. Enter. Notice that the cursor is being very efficient with the replying because it has a skill we call caveman installed, so that you can see, for example, it says me find those buttons and check their colors. This is a skill that I installed onto this cursor application. It is good for saving your tokens and also making you read a lot less, but it still does the job properly. I believe it doesn't go caveman mode on plan though. Like the plan itself would look fine. It's just how the agent talks back to you. Okay, cool. So this is the plan, right? Okay, I guess it does still use caveman. Okay, so why does appear hero live buttons? View portfolio area has a dark text on a light fill. It tells you this example. View portfolio has where the code is, right? And then book a session uses a variant outline plus white text. So this is that code portion where it says there's an issue here, right? It says hover bg white, right? That's the text, the code part. So the changes to edit only book a session. Swap the text white for text foregrounds to the portfolio. Hover the text white so that's still the same. Okay, so this plan is what it's going to try and fix. Looks good. Press build. And then cursor's going to go and build it. And then notice that it's doing all of it. Done. Cool. Now refresh it. So go back to your thing. Yeah, that one. Refresh the page. Oh, there you go. So now what you want to do is that the changes has been done, right? So you can say onto tell cursor like, hey, let's commit and push these changes onto GitHub. Yep, enter. There should be an allow list later on. Can you go back to allow list? Yeah, run. It should technically add everything into allow list later on, but looks like it's not doing it right now. It might be a bug on cursor. Just keep running it. What is auto? Change the auto mode real quick. Let's see what does it do. Oh, that's just the. Sorry, that's just the thing. Never mind.
So what does it do if I click skip?
It won't let you run it.
Oh.
Yeah. Like there should have been a button that says add to allow list, but somehow I don't see it. Okay, so now see how it says commit and push is done, right? So you want to take a look at, open your GitHub now. You can click on this link. Just drag this tab over. Just drag the tab. Alright, so now on your GitHub, right? Go and look at the, first one right here. Click on this. So this is your latest commit that Cursor has put onto GitHub, right? It changed the background, your foreground for the button, right? Book a session button. Before it wasn't like that. So you can also look at, for example, your previous commit history. So go back page, right? So this is basically your history session. So you see now there's 27 commits. So you click on 27 commits, right? This is what, so everything below the project readme, this is all from Lovable, okay? The Sarah Cloud here commit, this is your cursor session, okay? So now if you go back to the Lovable website, not on cursor, but the actual Lovable website. Yeah, so go back to this, go back to your project. See, Lovable now also has your latest changes because if you look at the left side, make book a session label, Lovable automatically synchronizes to your GitHub. So when cursor makes an update, Lovable will update itself. This is what I wanted to show. Right? And then you can continue to, if you want to use Lovable, you can have Lovable and help you do your templates and your artwork and all that stuff. And then once it's done, you can tell it to move it or push it to GitHub. Then you can tell Cursor to pull from GitHub, so Cursor also synchronizes to the latest changes. This is how you can do like multiple tools to edit the same thing. And basically that's the whole point of this video.
So if I make changes in Cursor, I still have to, after I made all the changes, I still have to say let's command push these changes onto GitHub?
Correct. Because if you go to the bottom left, you see main and there's a star asterisk. Yeah, click on that. So, oh, this one is just showing you the. Yeah, sorry. What I meant is click on the right, this thing. Yep, this one. So this right here is your version control. This is what is changed locally, and it's not on your GitHub yet. So if you take a look, there's a graph. So this was the commit history that we were just looking about, right? This right now is like changes that you have not saved yet. So once you save these changes, you create a commit message like, oh, I'm making all these changes. You press commit, then you can also push. This is like manually doing it. You don't have to tell the agent to do it. You can just do it yourself.
So just press commit.
Well, you gotta make a message.
But I thought we already entered let's command push these.
Yeah, and then these are just other files that just got generated.
Oh, after I type these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. There's a manual way of doing it. There's an agent way of doing it. If you're not very well versed in GitHub, I would start like asking the agent to help you do it, and then learn how to do this manually. But to just understand how it works is all of the commit, push, these are all mechanical tasks that can be done like manually. You don't need to get an agent to do it.
Okay.